spring of 2014, Tanya and I launched our grand adventure. A month of rambling around the great Southwest. We left our home in Evergreen, Colorado, and headed south for a tour of the great Southwest. Across Wolf Creek Pass, down into New Mexico by Shiprock. Our ultimate destination, incredible, the beautiful Canyon de Chelly. Here the ancients carved out a life, building their homes among the cliffs, planting their crops along the river, and from nature's blank canvas created for themselves a life of beauty. From there, we took off and headed to the beautiful Monument Valley. There's a beauty to places like this that makes us seem small and expands us all at the same time. A beauty that inspires in us the kind of awe that's the beginning of wisdom. Yes, sir. The next day we headed on down to the Petrified Forest. 146 square miles of desert. And it must be one of the most incredible 146 square miles on the planet. The first humans arrived here about 8,000 years ago, and later on, as they settled the area, they built their pit houses, built their pueblos, planted their crops, and left their mark on the land. There we headed on south. Down Highway 60 through the Salt River Canyon. further south we went, down to the land of the mighty saguaro cactus, to the Saguaro National Monument just outside of Tucson, Arizona. Well, sir, there we were. We set up camp to sleep out under the stars and did a little bit of rambling around this new country. And as that sun began to sink slowly once more in the west, we counted ourselves once more blessed indeed. When the sun rose the next morning, we got up ready to roll, heading south once more to the little town of Tubac, Arizona. Tubac is a sweet little place. Lots of regional fashion, leather crafts, antiques, jewelry, painting, sculpture. It's an art lover's paradise. Yes, sir. It's a great place to wander around the streets, take in the sights, the beauty of the land, the beauty of the art, and get some good food while you're at it. If you're ever this far south in Arizona, don't miss it. Thanks for sharing the beauty, Tubac. Back at camp, we settled in for another good night's sleep as the stars unfolded overhead. An 11-hour little campfire. The next morning was a beautiful day indeed. We hopped in the car and headed north again to the Boyce Thompson Arboretum State Park, and what a park it is. Encompassing 323 acres, the Arboretum is Arizona's oldest and largest botanical gardens. Looking at these, you can see why people come from all over the world to see it. From the Arboretum, we took 60 east toward Globe and then doubled back on 188 west to the Theodore Roosevelt Dam. We were heading down through the old Apache Trail, going past Apache Lake, through Fish Creek Canyon, Tortilla Flats, and down to Apache Junction, where we were looking forward to seeing our old buddy Scooter. Getting close when we saw those Superstition Mountains. It sure would be good to see Scooter again, get some good food, a good shower, and a good night's rest. Of course, it doesn't hurt that Scooter's an incredible massage therapist, made Tanya a happy girl. Blessed we are indeed. After a couple of days of rest and fun with Scooter, we headed north again to Sedona, Arizona. Red Rock country. Oh yeah. Yeah, we headed up to Oak Creek Canyon, where we set up camp for the night so we could explore rested the next day. Beautiful day it was too. We were ready for some hiking. The area around Sedona has more hiking trails than you can shake a stick at. We're going to take a few days to enjoy it. The Fay Canyon Trail is another good one to take. Sedona. Nothing like it. Don't miss the Crescent Moon Ranch if you're down that way either. Some incredible country and hiking out through there. Morning hike done and lunch taken in, we headed down Soldier Pass Trail. Another one of the incredible places you can hike around here. In case you haven't figured it out yet, don't forget your camera. Another good day's hiking done, we headed back to camp for a good rest and some time around the fire. Well, it was time to bid Sedona farewell. So we headed north on 89, across the Navajo Bridge, across the Colorado River at Marble Canyon. The Colorado River. What a fun place to be. We were headed for Coral Pink Sand Dunes and Ponderosa Campground, where these magnificent sights unfolded themselves before us. When that sun starts sinking low, Lord Almighty, paints a picture that'll sure take your breath away. pulled back into camp, one of the locals dropped by to say hello. That was mighty friendly of him. Time for some grub, another night of sitting around the fire, getting a good night's rest for the next day. And what a day it would be. Zion National Park. Amazing how life finds a way. Yeah, the wonder of these incredible places. What a treasure our national parks are. And some people want to sell them. Located on the western edge of the park, the Kolb Terrace area is not to be missed. What kind of price can you put on things like this? They deserve respect and they deserve protection. After driving through all this beauty, I was ready to strap on the day pack and take a hike. That hidden canyon trail was something else. It wound around the face of the mountain, and more than once I was glad to have that chain to hold on to. Getting into the canyon proper was really something else, though. That riverside hike is an easy hike that most anybody can handle. Just be prepared to get your feet wet a little bit. Sure are walking in beauty here. I'll be quiet a while and let the river do the talking. No sense starving your soul when there's food for it like this on the table. Just look at that. Drink it in, my friends. Drink it in. Yeah, Zion's a place you can spend months at. But we grabbed a piece of pie at the Thunderbird the next morning and made our way toward Bryce. Spring snow came blowing in as we were making our way there. Beautiful as it was, we decided we would like a warm room. So we stopped at Banquich, this little B&B. Sweet spot. Sometimes a good hot shower is just what the doctor ordered. Next morning came Bryce, another one of those incredible wonders of the world. Yeah, if this place doesn't light you up, I don't know what will. Yes, sir. We sure were happy campers there. Yeah, again I find myself marveling at how life finds a way. I mean, really, have you ever seen anything like this? Wanting to get down into the middle of all that beauty, we took the Navajo Loop Trail. It's a really nice half-day hike. Nice little snow started to fall as we descended into the canyon. As we started to climb out of the canyon, the skies began to clear. An awesome day in an awesome place. Feeling my thanks. Well, we heard on the radio that there was a late spring snow a-coming, and it was going to dump several inches. So we decided to head south through the Cedar Breaks and Snow Canyon on down into Nevada. It's amazing what you'll see if you keep your eyes open. I'm telling you, spotted this red-tailed hawk and chick along the side of the road as we headed south. Originally we thought we would head for the Valley of Fire, but on the way down there I got to looking at the map and said, you know, it's only 5 hours to the beach in California, to which Tanya said, well, let's go. So we put the pedal to the metal and boogied on down to LA and down to San Clemente Beach where we set up camp. Nothing like the sound of the sea. Of course, the sea at sunset's mighty fine too. Funny how letting go of thinking and just being can really help your thinking. Well, the next morning we woke up bright and early and decided we would head up the coast. The port was beyond anything I can imagine. Miles and miles of shipping containers. Then we headed into Venice Beach. What a show. On up past Malibu to Leo Carrillo State Park. What a beautiful place just to sit and chill for a while. The river she is flowing, flowing and growing. The river she is flowing back to the sea. Oh, mother, carry me, child I will always be. Oh, mother, carry me back to the sea. After a few days at the beach, we decided it was time to head out. Bidding a fond farewell, we jumped in the car once more, headed up to Baker, California, where we stopped at the Mad Greek Cafe. And then we boogied on up into Nevada toward the Valley of Fire just north of Las Vegas. What an incredible place. We really felt the spirits of the ancient ones in this place. This may well be my favorite place of all the places. As spectacular as all the other places are, and as moving, as powerful, something very special touched me here. The colors are so surreal, especially early morning and later in the day like this. Well, it has been a long day, so we headed on back to camp where we could sit back, have some dinner, enjoy the peace and quiet of that place. The next morning we woke up to another glorious morning. Saw some nice bighorn sheep on the way up to our hiking spot for the day, the White Domes area. Looks like some critters have already been out hiking ahead of us. Well, if that doesn't make you want to put your hiking boots on, nothing will. Well, after a snack and a little bit of water, we decided we had the energy for one more hike, and here we go. Yes, sir. This is one of the most incredible places on earth. Don't miss it. Leaving there, we're heading to the grand staircase of the Escalante. Another incredible place to be. And one of the reasons it's so incredible is all the awesome slot canyons you can hike there. A slot canyon is a narrow canyon carved by the water. And it's so much fun. Yes, sir. It's all carved by water. Just a few miles down the road, we're going to hike to another sweet spot. for the afternoon to Upper Calf Creek Falls. If you haven't gotten that this area is rich in volcanic activity, you should now. Forged with the fires of Mother Earth. Wow. There shall flow streams in the desert. We was thinking we might as well get down there to the bottom of that waterfall and see what was happening there. Well, as sweet as this is, it's time to hike back out and set up camp. Yep, the car's up there. Found us a sweet spot. There's lots of free dispersed camping in this area. Well, the next morning we got up and hit the road early because we had a good drive ahead of us to get to where we wanted to hike. And about 45 minutes of that was going to be on a washboard road to get to that dry fork trailhead. Sure was worth it once we got there, though. There it was at last, the entrance to Peekaboo Canyon. And it starts with about a 20-foot climb. Important note, if you're ever going to hike one of these, make sure you check the weather first so that you don't get trapped inside in a flash flood. Well, gonna have to take the pack off for this section. Looks like we're coming to the end. Out this side, we'll be doing a little cross-country hike through this beautiful country and going back out Spooky Canyon. we better get rid of a little bit of this sand before we go back in. And there she be. Well, a little bit more climbing and a little bit more squeezing, and I think we'll make it through. Well, we're out the other side, so the only thing left is to climb back out. Well, we're heading north once more. Our Capitol Reef National Park's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. There's so much beauty packed into this part of the country, it's incredible. And along the way, we'll be heading through the Dixie National Forest. The largest forest in Utah comprises almost 2 million acres. And like any place around here, is loaded with great places to hike, camp, mountain bike, horseback ride, take pictures, you name it. It's beautiful out here. National Forest campgrounds and National Forest dispersed camping is the way to go in our book. National Park campgrounds are at best crowded and generally booked up if you don't have a reservation. So do yourself a favor. Give yourself some peace and quiet. Stick with the National Forest. Well, there's nothing like some good campfire cooking to get you ready for your adventure. And our adventure today is Capitol Reef National Park. You know, this kind of beauty just sets our hearts a-dancing. It puts me in mind of people that danced here before, that sang and drummed and played and lived and loved each other. Cathedral Valley Loop is something a lot of people miss because, well, it's not a paved road. It does get a little rough in spots, so I'd recommend a four-wheel drive and some decent clearance on your vehicle. But if you take the time and you just go slow, there's really some incredible country to see out there. Going slow is what you need to do through this kind of country anyway. Of course, the old saying goes, it never hurts to be prepared if something does happen. This is the remains of an old well drilling rig that got stuck out here. But it looks like they did get the job done those many years ago. Of course, being prepared is a good idea, whether it's in the back country or in a back road or on a highway. Never can tell. Knowing that you got the tools and knowing how to use them, well, that just gives you the psychological comfort you need to enjoy being out here. I reckon the same's true about life at large. What was it William Blake said? To see thee a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower. Yeah, it's easy to do out here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed sharing a bit of our adventure. There was so much, there was no way to pack it all into one place, but man, I tell you, it was a grand time. And like all grand times, one of the things you learn from it is there's no place like home. After it was all said and done, it was nice to be back on the road to the house, leaving behind all this beauty, knowing it's always there. Sending it all your way, my friends.